Grand evening, East Coast, West Coast, and everywhere in between. Welcome to the MWR Financial Make Wealth Real University. My name is Daryl R. Banks, Executive Director and founding member of MWR Financial, and your host of the weekly corporate event where you get to hear from the experts and invited professionals to give you the education you need to succeed to get on the other side of money. Please take a few moments to get your members in on this information tonight because they're going to want to know the true value of this exclusive invitation only membership. I tell you what, we're excited about the information that we get ready to receive as we're moving forward and toward our Las Vegas National Convention. So please take this moment to get your members in on this information and also get your team here on this information tonight. Our 2023 celebration of Champions National Convention is coming up in August, and we have a special room rate that's going to be through August the 9th through the 16th. So please be sure to go to makewealthrealevents.com, makewealthrealevents.com, and register immediately. Get yourself scheduled to be in the place because I tell you what, it is going to be a phenomenal, epic event. You're going to want to be there for that. But I tell you, we got a lot of information that we're going to give you tonight. You definitely want to grab yourself a pen and pad and take some copious notes on what you're going to hear. And I tell you what, MWR Financial is on the pathway to success all the way. We are going to be the Amazon of the financial services space. There's no question about that. Let's see who we have out there. We got Mr. Dale Pennell out of Durham, North Carolina. Welcome. Tampa, Florida. Welcome. It's lovely. Goldsboro, North Carolina. Welcome. We got Virginia Beach, Virginia. Mr. Peterson, welcome. We got Dover, welcome. Bowler Green, Kentucky, welcome. We got San Juan, Puerto Rico, welcome. Looking forward to being there. Atlanta, Georgia, welcome. Charlottesville, Virginia, welcome. We got Richmond, Virginia, welcome. We got Hinesville, Georgia, welcome. Gary, Indiana, welcome. Minnesota, I believe that is, welcome. Louisiana, welcome. Hollywood, Florida, welcome. Greeley, Colorado, welcome. Sarasota, Florida, welcome. South Carolina, welcome. California, welcome. Frederick, Maryland, welcome. Guys, I tell you, people are chiming in from all over the country, but let's go ahead and get started with the information at hand. This gentleman I'm about to bring on, his success is well documented in the industry. He has built teams of tens of thousands of people. The gentleman knows how to build and build big. His knowledge in the industry has given him the experience and has helped propel MWR Financial to become the #1 ultimate cash flow company in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the live our president of MWR Financial, Mr. Indamo Tosin. Mr. Tosin, how are you?
I'm doing outstanding. How are you?
Man, Daryl, if it gets any better, I'm not going to be able to stand it.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, Daryl. As always, you do such a great job getting us started, getting us ready for this, for our all of our training tonight. Normally, you hear from the experts that you're able to break things down about the different services and why MWR is such a unique and special place. Tonight, you get to hear from me, just giving you some updates and kind of talking to you about, kind of like you said, that pathway to success here with MWR. So we'll do that. I'm super, super excited to be here. But you and Martina, who is our behind the scenes, our producer to make this all come together well, you always are here, always steady, never have to wonder if you're going to be here or not. Rain, shine, sleet, snow, sick, not sick, doesn't matter. You show up, and that is a big thing to do. And we appreciate you getting us set up every Thursday for this, for our MWR University webinars that we have. Okay, so thanks so much, Daryl. And I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it's good to be here. I'm excited. We have so many things going on in the background that, just incredible. Let me let you know, kind of just starting off, some things to be looking out for on Monday. Set your calendars, your schedules, everything else. 8:30 Eastern time. That's 7:30 Central, 5:30 Pacific. But we are doing our CEO updates. And I'm telling you, you want to be on that particular live. Our great CEO and founder, Mr. Brian House, will be there. and we will be showing you some things that you'll see. The new website will finally be launched and released, and you will see it for the first time, and it'll go live shortly, either during the call or right after that. But you'll see it for the first time, and you'll see how the messaging, that where we are taking MWR as the ultimate cash flow company, how all those things add up now, and you'll see it all makes sense. You will love it. We're super, super excited about it. We're also going to have, in doing that, we're going to show you, first of all, it's already up live in your back office, and that's the customized reports that you have, so you can do a lot of different things and look at your business in all the different ways you want. You have all kind of filters and really customized reports to help you kind of take your business to the next level. That's already in the back office, but you can see that under the team report, and you'll see that it's absolutely powerful. But we'll touch on that then. But you're also going to be able to see our new comp plan video. That you will see comp plan video. You're not going to like it. You're going to absolutely love it. You will see we have another membership video, should be live and ready to go as well. So you'll see that unveiled, and that'll be things that you'll be able to use to help you market the business as well. You will also see and many of you, it's already live. People can see it, the ones that have done this, but we'll go through it so everybody fully understands it. You'll be able to see our MWR Restore My Credit secure client portal, that how it's changed and how new it is, and all the different things that you're able to see there and experience and do, and the flexibility and things you can do with that particular portal is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, you'll be blown away by the transparency. You'll be able to see what not only credit reporting agencies are doing, but you'll be able to see what MWR is doing as well. It'll be real time. You'll have it all set up there. It is absolutely terrific. If you haven't done it yet, you guys can go and see what we're going to talk about on Monday, that everybody can see, but you can go see it. It is absolutely, it'll blow your mind. You'll see that what we've been doing in the background, and you haven't heard a lot of course, we all know what was going on with Mr. House, but even before that, you weren't hearing a lot from him. You weren't hearing us do a lot of the lives that we've done in the past, because we've been doing some major things in the background, and you'll get to see some of those things live and in person, and that's going to be phenomenal. The other thing I want you to know is today we had one of a new person get their keys to home ownership. And I'm super, super excited for that person. His name is Montavo Lewis, and he had a new home out of Maryland. It is powerful. The house is beautiful. We're going to show you all of that on Monday, so you can see that. But I just want to congratulate Montavo. I know he's excited. He got his keys. He's it was a journey, but he is there and he's in his home, and I'm just very, very excited for him. In fact, if you're excited for Montavo, why don't you let him feel it a little bit, and let's put some fire emojis and maybe some houses and fire emojis and some keys, because he definitely has that. He's there. We'll get him on a live so we can talk to him about the process and about how he feels, and maybe he'll give us a little mini tour of what's happening there. But I know the outside of the house is beautiful, so I'm excited for him and his family. Wow, we have so many good things. I also want to thank our certified housing provider out of Maryland. Her name is Michelle Vogel. She helped make all this happen. So this is just really, really exciting, and so things are happening. We're seeing people all over. I know we always talk about the Ivories, Judith and Charles Ivory, and their home and how their dream home is coming together, and that's exciting to see. And we'll have to do some special stuff so everyone can see that as they need to do that as that process continues. But so many good things happening. So what I want to do is I want to tonight to kind of share with everybody, and let me just grab this so I can do this, just to kind of show you that MWR, that which you all understand, it stands for Make Wealth Real. But I want to show you the path to success. And I'm going to incorporate not only the services and what we do, but I'm also going to incorporate our business model and show you how these two can blend together, and just having a conversation and really reporting to people, letting them know your results. what's happening with you, letting them know, is it okay if I come back and I continue to share my results with you? And you will be amazed at how many people you will attract by simply sharing your results. So let's talk about the MWR path to success. If you look at becoming an MWR qualified financial director, that's the opportunity with the membership. So I'm going to talk to you about the membership, then I'm going to go over the opportunity, but right now I'm talking about both. There's a few things that happens. Number one, you have a business opportunity provides you immediate tax benefits because you have home-based business deductions. We know that. Number two, the business also gives you the ability to create immediate and long-term residual cash flow. So we understand that. Also, number three, you're creating business cash flow that you can actually use to accelerate your debt payoff, investing, and your retirement savings. These are great, phenomenal environments that you get to have with MWR, having that membership. The membership also gives you everything you need to increase, multiply, and protect your cash flow. So that's what the membership does for you. So let's talk about the membership right now, and specifically, let's talk about Reduce My Taxes. Do you know that the average member's cash flow increase in savings is $833.97 per month? I just want you to hold on to that for a moment. The average cash flow increase, some people may look at that as their savings because they had their take-home pay reduced, but the average is $833.97 per month. Let's talk about what you get. You get an instant pay raise, which is the W-4 adjustment for W-2 employees. So if you install our automated mileage and expense tracker app to maximize those home-based business deductions, so you want to definitely do that. You want to upload your last 3 years tax returns for review to see if our tax experts can basically recover any tax overpayments your former tax preparer may have missed. You want to check to see if that's there. You also, if you owe any back taxes, this is huge because so many people that are getting 1099 income, and there's more so that now than it's ever been before, they don't, especially if there's their first time making money with something or making some pretty significant money, they kind of forgot that step of paying their taxes or paying it quarterly, or some people pay it monthly, but at least paying it quarterly so they'll have this huge tax bill at the end. And since we all know, and we've come to know that even though our largest expense, which most people would say their house or car, or their rent, or mortgage or car payments, but our largest expense is our taxes. But it's the only bill we don't know the amount to. So that tax bill. But if you have owed back taxes to the state that you live in or the IRS, you can schedule a consultation with our tax experts so they can assist you with tax settlement, offering compromise, a fresh start program to help you resolve these issues. And many people have been able to take advantage of that. And because membership has its privileges, I want to put that down. They've been able to get a steep discount that if you consider when you go outside and you go to some of these companies, that's what they are, that's what they market. That's kind of what their company is all about, that one little niche. And they make a lot of money. And here you get to save a significant, it's not even close. So you definitely, if you have those issues, want to do that. You can also use the tax hotline or the ask a tax expert anytime. If you have a question about any tax matters, they're there for you. Now let's talk about the opportunity to share your Reduce My Taxes success to create more cash flow. Because that's what we're also about. The actual business is about creating more cash flow. So how would you do that? Well, you could tell your other W-2 employees how you got an instant pay raise and how they could too without having to work more hours or get a second job. That would be appealing. You could tell others how you're able to reduce your taxes to start a business to create more tax deductions, and they can too. You can also tell them how you never have to overpay taxes again because you now have a team of tax experts that provide you all the advice you need and they will file your tax returns for you. Okay, and they can do it for you at no cost if you use a mileage and expense tracker app. So when you look at those things, that's super, super powerful. And that if you're telling someone your story, you're just sharing with them what's happening for you, they kind of get excited. Now you start saying, well, who would I tell that to? And who would want to hear that information? Well, if you look at it from like a target market standpoint, that would be anyone who generates taxable income as a W-2 employee, or they're just a conventional business owner. Those are the people that want to hear that. That's a lot of people out there. Now let's talk about lower my bills. Okay, let's talk about the membership again. In lower my bills, you ready for this? This is what I love about MWR, because it's the only company in our industry. And when I say our industry, I'm talking about the network marketing industry, that can make this statement. You can actually pay your membership. So what people look at, as I call that, an investment into your business, but some people look at it as a payment. I get it. So you can do that, but it actually creates cash flow for you. So it creates cash flow even though you're making a payment. No one else does it, because everyone else, you have to go build the business or go do something in the business, go do something that's going to help you pay for the cost of the business. Here, you get to just take advantage of what's offered to you, utilize the services for yourself. You know, when you're on a plane, on a flight, and one of the first things they tell you, and they show you how the mask will drop down if we lose, we lose altitude, or the oxygen in the plane, it'll drop down. They say, put that on first so you can help the person that's next to you. Many of us think, oh, let's give it to our children first. But if we pass out and they don't know how to handle that or utilize that tool, where there's no help. So you put the oxygen mask on first. Well, here, if you utilize the services for you, you understand this is what part of why I've gotten this business, because I can want to utilize these services for me. You get the predictable, positive results because you have experts doing the work for you. Then here's what happens. So on Lower My Bills, the average cash flow savings, or you call it, really it's in cash flow increase, is $147.56. Now, remember, we earlier said $833 for the reduce my taxes. Now we're at 147.56. Just this alone would almost virtually cover the cost of your membership. Just doing this. So you say, well, what's lower my bills for those that are somewhat new here, just getting started? It's uploading all of your recurring monthly bills, like your cell phone bill, cable, satellite, internet, utilities, insurance, and there's a whole lot more. So our professional bill negotiators can eliminate unnecessary fees, recoup overpayments, and or lower your monthly payments without you having to change any service, not only service plans, but you don't have to change any providers. So everything you have is what you have. Now, all you have to do that is you upload your bills, and they're automatically reviewed and monitored for as long as you have an MWR membership, to ensure that you're always paying the lowest price for the services you have. So they don't just negotiate one time and that's it. And so many people love their services, love their support. They will tell you in advance, hey, we lowered your bills. Maybe we got you a temporary pricing, some promotional pricing to get the bills lowered, and they're about to end. You don't have to say, oh shoot, I forgot, and now they've been billing you for 2 or 3 months before you recognize that promotion was over. No, the professional bill negotiators contact you and let you know that's coming up to end. We're going to go in and negotiate those again for you to help you get lower, to see if we can get you a lower price or maintain the same price that we were able to save you in the beginning. And they keep doing that. And when they find that they can lower it, they continue to lower it even more. And that is a powerful tool and a powerful set of experts that are working for you on your behalf to have that sort of experience. So now what happens when you do that, and I just want you to go, here's what's great about this, I should say, it's the opportunity. Let's talk about the business. See, if you share your lower my bill success that created you more cash flow, here's what you do. You say, you want to tell others how your team of bill negotiators, see, you have a team. And you have a team of bill negotiators that saved you money every month on your recurring bills, and you can show them how they can do that as well. See, that's terrific. And then guess what? If you say, well, Indama, who's the target market? Who should I share that with? Well, anyone who pays recurring monthly bills, which includes about over 90% of people in America. So that's almost everybody. But again, you're just sharing what's happening with you. You're not trying to push them into anything. You're saying, is it okay? Can I share? Started working with a company. They are doing some amazing things. They give me experts and things like that that I can work with to help me, increase my cash flow and multiply my cash flow. And so, is it okay if I share what's happening with you? Sure, okay, share it. And you know how people do. They want to. Well, okay, yeah, tell me what's going on. So you're able to just keep sharing this information. So what about this? Eliminate my debts. Imagine this. This is what the membership has done. The average member's cash flow is increased by, or you can call it savings, but savings is you save for every dime or every dollar you save, that's like a dollar earned, right? So the cash flow increase, the time that you save, the average person in MWR is 12.9 years in total interest saved. That's powerful. That's equates to $63,464 for each member we on average that we've helped them save. Or if you want to put that into a monthly average, that's $607.89 per month. So how do you do that? How do you have that happen for you? Well, you enter all of your interest-bearing debts, including your mortgages, and if applicable, or into the proprietary debt elimination system that we have. You get a detailed plan of action every month to pay off all your debts in record time without spending one dime more than you're spending. Um, you can review your analysis to learn when your debt date, you'll be debt free. Let me just say it that way. We can you can learn when you'll be debt free and how much time and interest you will save, and the exact month and year when you'll become a debt-free millionaire by using this system. So you'll have a debt-free date and you'll have a millionaire date. And for me, I'd want to know those right away, because although most people in their mind, they have an idea of when they want to be out of debt. In their mind, if they want to become a millionaire, they kind of hope that they can become a millionaire, but they have never had those things put in black and white where they can easily see, man, I'm going to be debt free by this date, and I'm going to have my millionaire date by this date. And look how much interest is saving me. Look how much faster I'm out of debt. That is a powerful, powerful information to know and have, and then be able to share that good news with people, right? But let's talk about that. The other thing you want to do is you want to, which I really, really love, is the debt to wealth. See, we have the debt to wealth process. So once you've entered all of your debts into the MWR debt elimination system, be sure to schedule a debt to wealth consultation so you can see how combining your debt elimination plan with an MWR diversified cash flow account can accelerate the process even more than what we're already showing you in the debt elimination, and how those experts are DCA, or diversified cash flow account experts, can turn your debt payments into wealth for you and your family. Absolutely powerful concept, powerful, and we're doing it for people every single day. This is what's so powerful. Now, the opportunity, think about the opportunity to share. So you can eliminate my debts, share the success to create that helps you create more cash flow. How do they do it? Because you can tell others how much time and interest are saved on your debt to elimination system, and the savings and how it can help them too. So you can let them know, you can say, hey, I know I'm going to be debt free by this date. My millionaire date's going to be this time, because the money that I'm saving from the debt, I can now start being able to put it to work for me. And that way it starts to work for me and it puts me in this position by this time. Powerful. Now, who would you talk to? Who is that target market? Well, it's anyone you know with credit card debt, mortgage debt, car loans, student loans, business loans, or any other type of interest bearing debt, which is really over 90% of people in America. We know that, right? So let's talk about something else that's very, very powerful, which is restore my credit. Now, the average credit score and cash flow increase for our members. Average credit score increase is 126.8 points. That's the average. We always say it to be anywhere from 50 to 150 points, but the average number that we've had, because we have a lot of documented cases, is 126.8 points. And that's a $498 per month interest and insurance premium savings. Think about that, because you could refinance your car, house, or other items that you may have on interest-bearing things. You're able to get lower interest on credit cards. You're able to get those lower interest credit cards for you, and your insurance premiums can go down because you have great credit scores. That is what is powerful. So now what do you do? How do you make that happen? Well, you enroll to allow our experts to restore your credit, our restore your credit experts. Sorry, I get excited and I get going. Let me take a little sip here real quick. Okay, hurry up, Andamo. Okay, you enroll to allow our credit restoration experts to go to work for you. And by the way, you all know this is free of charge. We didn't charge anything extra. When we brought the credit restoration to the platform, we didn't add any cost for that. That's a free benefit of the membership. Now you order all three of your credit reports and with scores, so you know your scores from MWRsmartcredit.net. So if you want to put that down, it's MWRsmartcredit.net. You want to make sure you're going to .net, okay? Now, you complete your onboarding process, okay? And let our experts complete your dispute letters for you. Now, you'll want to log into your Restore My Credit secure portal. And that's what we're going to show you on Monday in full detail. You're going to be blown away how literally so much information you can see from each of the credit reporting agencies, everything that's happening, complete transparency. You're not going to like this. You're going to absolutely love it. If you haven't done it yet, you need to, because you'll understand how significant of a jump we've made in making that part of our business so much more, not only transparent, but so much more accessible for everyone in MWR. So that needs to use the Restore My Credit. Now, once you've done that, so you gotta go into that secure portal, and then you're going to print and mail your dispute letters that we've created, and then you can monitor your progress. And this is what's incredible. You'll be sure to be able to, now you want to be sure to maintain your MWR Smart Credit account to receive the real-time updates, monitoring, and protection against identity theft. But if you need help establishing or reestablishing your credit history or credit scores, be sure to use our Credit Rebuilding Center to access everything you need to make that happen. Now, listen to this. I imagine being able to share your My Credit, Restore My Credit results, which creates more cash flow for you because you shared it. Imagine this. You're able to tell others how much the experts were able to increase your credit scores, how much interest you're now saving by being able to refinance, your existing loans, lowering your credit card interest rates, or reducing your car or homeowner's insurance premiums. You're able to tell others how MWR's Restoring My Credit helped you qualify for a new house, car. It gave you the ability to purchase some assets that you're looking to purchase. And now that you have with those assets, now your money is making money for you instead of just having bad debts that cost you money. And then you might say, okay, Andamo, I love being able to share that with. Who should I talk to? Well, I would say the target market there would be anyone with less than perfect credit. We all know that's over 83% of people in America, and the population that has negative information on their credit reports to keep them from obtaining normal financing. So that is another big window of a people that all you're doing is sharing what's happened for you, and you're keeping them updated as you kind of go through the process so they can see this happen and this happen. And you say, hey, can I get back to you when I get some new results? Oh, sure. And now they're able to kind of follow your story, if you will. Those of you that do that on social media, you can definitely do it that way and just continue to share your story. But then, and that's exciting. Now, you heard me earlier tonight talk about the keys to home ownership and what was happening to Montalvo Lewis. Well, let's talk about really turning your rent into equity, because that's really what the keys to home ownership is all about. And if you are currently rent instead of owning your own home, and you would like to become a homeowner regardless of your credit history or current credit scores, because that's not a factor there, then you have to complete the application and let our keys to home ownership experts help you fire your landlord. Now, our experts will help you locate a home you can qualify for. They'll buy it for you, and they will also let you rent to own or lease with option on the property until you can qualify for your own, to obtain your own financing. Now, you have to keep in mind that you have to have the income that's documentable. So you got to be able to document your income. You also need to have the down payment, if you will. And that when I say that, I'm not referring to a down payment. You just need to have saved to go towards the home, becoming a homeowner, somewhere between say 3.7% and 5%. So that way you're able to do that. If you have those two things, now you're able to be helped and they can kind of start working with you in that way. Now, a portion of each of the rent payments can be used and applied toward the future down payment. So if you're a little short of the down payment, but you have the other things, you're strong income, you're able to kind of find the house that you want, then you can do that, take that route. And if you make the payments on time, but you are still unable, so in other words, like if you're in a rent to own situation and you make those payments on time and you still were unable to achieve conventional financing after 36 months, our experts can even finance a property for you. This will allow you and your family to start building equity for yourself instead of your landlord. Now, then you say from an opportunity standpoint, our business side, the keys to home ownership can actually help you create more cash flow. So here's what you tell others. You tell them how the MWR Keys to Home Ownership program was able to help you rent to own or purchase your dream home, regardless of your credit. You tell others how MWR's membership helped you increase your credit scores, lowered your debt to income ratios, and increased your cash flow. So you had enough, you were either able to save enough money or you had enough for your down payment, helped you acquire that down payment to qualify for conventional mortgage financing the traditional way. And then when you start talking about, well, who do I share that with? Look at this market. Anyone who's currently renting or who would like to purchase their own home but cannot qualify for conventional financing due to credit issues, lack of down payment, or higher than normal debt to income ratios. Now, notice I said credit issues and even lack of down payment. But if it's lack of down payment, we need to be clear on something because I want to make sure everyone understands keys to home ownership is not a miracle worker. So you can't have no poor credit and no money, and you don't make a lot of money, but you want this, magnificent 3, 4, $500,000 house. No, it has to all make sense. So if you have good job, strong credit, you can document, or you have a business and you have income coming in, you can document that. So you don't have to wonder, it's nothing sketchy. You got it all right here. You can document that. I don't have the credit scores, but I do have the money. And if I don't have the money, watch this. I'm sharing what I'm just talking about, what you heard on Damo. I heard this guy on Damo Tosin, he had that funny name, but he's the president of the company. He was just saying, if I go and share my success that I'm having with others, and I'm doing that with MWR, I'm plugging into all the services. Because notice how I have everybody plugging in all the services. I'm doing that. And then as I do that, people are attracted to what's happening in my story. They're wondering if that can happen for them. And I said, absolutely, because the experts are doing the work for me. And then they go, okay, I see, that makes sense. If all you're doing is sharing, and then I see I want that to happen for me, then they want to get started. But they say, I want to create the cash flow like you did. Oh, I can join the business and share just like you're sharing your story. I could do the same thing. Absolutely. That makes sense. I can do that. So I want to do the same thing you're doing. And then as a result, you have more and more people that cause you to create the cash flow. And here's what's crazy. Some people go, well, I may start at zero, or I only have $1,000 and I know that's not enough for a down payment. And I need to have $15,000 as an example. I'm just using an example. I may only need 5,000. Do you realize that building your business and having that residual income that we pay daily, getting some of the bonuses like the performance bonus or the leadership bonus, and you start saying, I'm putting that away because I'm making sure that this is going to add up so I can now be able to buy a home. Do you realize that people have been able to do that? I use the number $15,000. We have several people that have been able to do that inside of 6 months, certainly within a year. Do you start to go, wait a minute. If all I did was got to $50 a day in residual income, that's $18,250 a year. If I then took, and that's on top of whatever I'm making, otherwise, if I just took that money and used all my expenses to lower my debt. So I wasn't able to use all 18, but I took 15 of that. and I put it down, or I only needed 8 of that. I use 8,000 of that. Now I have my down payment. There is no issue. It just took time. It's a process. And I am telling you, this is what's so exciting, because we know we can have people journey through that process and take that process and the time to find the homes that they want to find, and have them done, have that all done for you within the Keystone ownership. If you understand that it's a process, and the process it happens over time, but boy, is a powerful, positive thing to do. And I know Montavo, we're going to talk to him so we can hear all about it. So that's exciting. But you're able to tell people. So then you say, well, anyone who's currently renting and they want to purchase their own home, and they want to be able to qualify for it, and they want their debt ratios to go down, and they want to be able to, they don't, if they had a lack of down payment, they want to know how to get one, or if they have poor credit issues, can I improve that while I'm going through this process, even though I don't need that? Yes, yes, and yes. That's what's exciting about the Keystone ownership, and why it's part of the membership here at MWR. But look, guess what else? We also get to multiply income. Think about this. With a diversified cash flow account, you can multiply your cash flow by becoming your own bank and turbocharge your savings. So you get to think of, I just want to see what you get. You get a complete financial snap. That's what you have to do first. Obviously, complete your financial snapshot and schedule your DCA, your diversified cash flow account consultation. You then transfer your savings account, or a large portion of it, because you can keep some liquid there for you, but you transfer your savings account, or take some of your cash flow our experts have helped you increase from your existing income, and the additional cash flow that we've been able to help you create from the opportunity, and you begin to fund your account. And just so you know, it doesn't take huge numbers to fund your account. People are able to fund their account with a couple $100s. So, but I want to let you know that people that have money just sitting in a savings account doing nothing, and it's doing nothing for you, because every time you look, it seems like it never really grows, because you're getting less than 1%. And if you want to change that from 1% to 4 to 5%, which is 4 to 5 times what you've been getting, then do that and still have security. We're going to tell you all about it, but here's what's incredible. So when you transfer your savings account, or you take some of your cash flow, that our experts will help you increase, and you take some of the existing cash flow, then here's what happens. It allows you to earn uninterrupted dividends and interest on your money. Think about that. You have a ability to have uninterrupted compound interest growing on your money. Then this allows you to, from dividends and interest, and then you're able to also borrow from yourself within 30 days of funding your account. And guess what? When you borrow from yourself, it's with no taxes, no penalties, no early withdrawal fees, and the money you borrow continues to earn interest as though it never left your account. When does that ever happen? Typically, most people in America, we save to spend. What do I mean by that? You save up a money. Let's say you say, I want to buy a house. We were just talking about Keystone ownership. So I want to buy a house. So you save up the money, and you get the down payment, and then you take the down payment out of your savings, and you go buy the house. What happened to the money in your bank? It goes back down. Then you save it up again. Oh, you're going to buy a car. You take the down payment to go buy the car, and then guess what happens to that money? It's left your account, so it drops back down again, and you start building it back up. You build it back up. Oh, it's time for the kids to go to college. I'm taking the cash out to help fund, my ability to have my kids go to college, and then my money went back down again. Oh, it's time to go on vacation. Hey, I'm putting that vacation fund kind of together. Money grows up. I take the vacation. The money goes right back down again. Now, that is how people have saved over time. And the way I was taught to save, I know that I was taught nothing different. My mom didn't know there was a money game being played. And so we're obviously make you very aware of the money game, because here's the one thing about the money game. A lot of times people think, well, if I don't know the money game and they've just been playing me and I didn't even know, then I've been played by the money game. Then I never have a chance to win the money game. But you do. Like any other game, any childhood game you could think of, once they told you the rules, were you able to play the game much better? Of course you were. Were you able to have more of an impact on you winning more times than not? Of course you are. And that's what happens here with MWR. We expose that there is a money game, and then we show you with the experts how to win the money game so you play it to win for you and your family. Now, here's what's crazy. You can also borrow. So I talked to you about borrowing from yourself, because that's what I want to go back to. I was looking at my notes. When you borrow from yourself and you do all of that without ever, like, the money has always never left your account, right? So this money then can be used to accelerate the paying off of all your debts, to purchase your investments, or you can use the money for anything you want, because what it's doing is that way your money is working in two places at the same time. Imagine if it's growing as though you never touched it, but you now have it over here, and you put in a vehicle that you're getting a return on this side as well. Your money's working for you in both places at the same time. Now, who wouldn't want to know that? But let's talk about this. I'm going to give you an example so you follow me. Now, let's say you saved up to $40,000 in your diversified cash flow account. Let's just say that happened. Then you borrow that money from yourself to buy land through our land banking platform. So your $40,000 is still earning interest and dividends from your diversified cash flow account, while you're also earning returns from your land that our experts purchase for you. See, if you want to know what we refer to this as, is double dipping. That's the same strategy that's been used by the wealthiest people in the United States for decades, even in the world for decades. That's what they do. So this is also one of the many ways you can multiply your cash flow with higher yields, and literally, listen to this, no risk of loss. See, we're not telling you to get into something that, oh, it's high yields, but man, it's super, super risky. So if you make it, if you don't, you're not sure. That's what is so great about it. Now, who wouldn't want to hear about that? So imagine being able to share your diversified cash flow account success and create more cash flow while you're doing it. So see, you tell others how your MWR diversified cash flow account helps you become your own bank, accelerate your debt payoff, and put your money to work for you in two places at the same time. Wasn't there a song by like that? But I think it meant something completely different. I'm just kidding. Okay, but then also you want to tell others how you no longer need a bank to borrow money from. You have to go there, give your first, fill out this long application. They need to know this, that, and the other. Then get your firstborn, get your blood type, all that kind of stuff. You don't have to do that, because when you borrow from yourself, what kind of terms do you think you're going to give yourself? The ones that are favorable for you, that are comfortable for you. So you can do that, and the money that you borrow continues to earn interest and dividends like it never left your account. So anyone who is currently using a bank or to save money, or anyone who wants to start saving money wisely, or they want to have better returns than what they're getting on their money, they want to have the ability to use their money for multiple purposes that benefit them instead of the bank. Anybody that's that way, that's who would want to hear your story. And when you get to tell them your story, and then sometimes you may tell others, because you may hear other people's story and you mix it in with other people's stories, do you think they would have an interest in that? That a lot of people want to do that? They absolutely do. But this is what's crazy. Do you know that only 6% of people in America have a diversified cash flow account? And of that 6%, 95% of them make $250,000 or more. That should tell you that success, they say success leaves clues, but here's what I learned about the wealthy. They whisper. They don't shout it from the mountaintop, but we get to hear, and we get to know this information and be able to apply it in our lives. So let's talk about the private reserve account, another way to multiply your cash flow and become your own bank, and now turbocharge. Remember I said your savings with the diversified cash flow account. The private reserve account turbocharges your retirement. So it's that same financial snapshot that you want to complete. You want to schedule your PRA consultations. You let the experts structure the retirement plan that's best for you. Then you convert your existing retirement accounts, like your 401ks, your IRAs, whatever it is, or you take some of the cash flow our experts have helped you increase from your existing income, and the additional cash flow that you're able to create through our opportunity to begin funding your account. Now, the MWR private reserve, just like you're going to see that they're very similar. Diversified cash flow account, they're both recognized as one of the best ways to save, grow, and protect your money with tax-free with no risk of loss. The difference is one is used for savings and is more liquid. So because savings, you need to use the money at different times. The other is not as liquid, and you can't borrow. You have to build up some money for like a retirement before you start borrowing from yourself. But it still has the ability to do that. Okay. And then here's what happens. This account allows you to participate in the stock market and get the gains of the stock market. So you're able to experience the gains without having to participate in those scary losses. You can also make money when the market goes up, but you never ever lose money when the market goes down. Unlike, say, you're in your 401k, or even if you had a stock that's going up and down, up and down. This doesn't happen in a private reserve account. You can also borrow from yourself with no taxes, penalties, or early withdrawals once your account is seasoned. That's what you heard me talk about earlier. And the money you borrow continues to earn interest as though it never left your account. Now, that money, again, can be used for other investments, allowing the money to work in two different places at the same time, very much like the diversified cash flow account. Some people go, well, they seem so the same. Just think of diversified cash flow account, my savings account. Okay, and that's my account that I might use like a rainy day fund. It might be money that I'm going to save to acquire an asset. That's what the diversified cash flow account is. The private reserve account is the one you don't touch. See, I taught my kids, you put 10%, your 10% of your gross income, you put it away no matter what you get. And they've been doing this since they were young. So even when they get gift money, they know 10% goes there and they never touch it because that's the money they're going to use when they retire. That's working for them, so they don't have to when they no longer choose to work. So that's what that's for. That's what the difference is between the two. Now, who would want to know about creating cash flow with a private reserve account? Well, okay, you could tell others how the private reserve account helped you eliminate having, to constantly recover from losses from a 401k, because they go up and down and most people don't realize this. When you lose money in a 401k or you lose money in the market, people think, oh, if I lost 10%, I only need to gain 10% to get back to even. But that's not true. If you had $100,000 in an account and you lost 10%, then to get back to even, because it's going to go look at 90,000, because that's where you are now, you have to have an 11.1% return just to get back to even. So all those that took that huge loss in 2008, when the market dropped almost 40%. So if I make math easy, 40%. So that means I had $100,000. This now worth only 60,000 because I lost $40,000. To get my account to get back to $100,000 and gain what I lost, I'd have to have not a 40% return like the loss was. I'd have to have a 66.7% return because I'm starting from way down here trying to get back to even. But with a private reserve account, zero is your hero because you never experience the losses. Now, so this is what's great. You can tell them how the money in your account goes up, but you never lose any money when the market goes down. Beautiful thing. Or how it helped you become your own bank, where you were able to borrow from yourself and then use the money that you borrowed to continue to earn interest as though it never left your account, allowing you to invest in other things so your money is working for you in two places at the same time. So who would want to know that? Well, I think anyone who's tired of dealing with ups and downs of 401ks, mutual funds, IRAs, the retirement vehicles, that are out there, that they have that up and down sort of thing happening to them, where they are, or anything where they put their money at risk. It requires them to pay taxes on the harvest instead of the seed. It charges them outrageous fees for early withdrawals, and it penalizes them for accessing their money instead of allowing them to borrow from themselves with uninterrupted returns without, so they can double dip. So those accounts don't allow you to do that. But if anybody that has that and that's most of America, especially most of working America, that's what you want to, you want to tell that story to. You want to let them know, hey, and here's what happens. You don't have to tell everybody the same story to everybody. You have people that say, these are our W-2 employees. I told them about what happens for me with my take-home pay increases. I was a W-2 employee as well. I still am. I work here, but I got my take-home pay increase. And then I'm going to tell those same W-2 employees, I know they have 401ks. I'm going to talk to them about this part, about a diversified cash flow account, about a private, but more so about a private reserve account, because they would want to hear I know what I'm experiencing. I know how it's now outperforming my 401k, and it's done it for others. Now it's doing it for me, and I can tell them that story, those stories. I can share what my story is with them, and then they would go, whoa, and capture their attention. See, people, if you think about a lot of the things you've done in the past, where it's because you heard people tell them this happened for you and that happened for you, so you wanted the same thing, and this is where it's done. So now you know what land banking is, and land banking is where you can have your cash flow and real assets to secure your wealth. That's really what it is. And so you're able to complete your financial snapshot. You're able to schedule your land banking consultation. You can borrow money from yourself out of the DCA account or the PRA accounts to buy land in the path of growth with 20 to 40% below market value. This will also allow you to double dip on your returns and have your money working for you in two places at the same time. Now, I'm not sure why, but I want to make sure that this is nothing that someone's trying to get a hold of me to tell me something, because I'm getting all of these. I'm not sure why that's happening. Okay, no challenge. My phone, I think, is just going crazy. But here's what happens. So I'm trying to turn it off, but I'm not going to get stuck on that, because I got to tell you the good stuff. So imagine land banking. What you do is you complete your financial snapshot and schedule your land banking consultation. You borrow money from yourself out of your diversified cash flow account and your PRA accounts to buy land in the path of growth. I told you that, with 20% below market value. So now imagine this. You're also able to be sure that you ask how you may be able to convert your existing retirement account, like a 401k, without ever having to write a check and be penalized for it, for taking the money out. It's good to know. See, our land banking experts have already done the research. There's over 9,000 property sales and over 17 years of research. So they've done this, and they've purchased the land for you, and they're willing to share the profits by allowing you to buy a portion of the deed instead of you having to come up with millions of dollars by yourself to buy it all. The average land banking return for our members has been 18 to 36% per year since 2018. Now, we know that past performance doesn't guarantee future results, but that's what's happened so far. So who would you share that with? Because in the business, we want to create cash flow. How would sharing create cash flow for me? Well, let's look what happens. You could tell others how MWR's land banking program helps you invest in some of the most sought after land in the United States without you having to do any of the work. It's in what's going to be known as, and as a future, just like we all know what the Silicon. If I say Silicon Valley, we all know what that was. That's where all the tech companies are. Well, when we are going to be able to say at one point, Green Energy Valley of America, and when that becomes that and known that, guess what? It's going to be really built out. But you took advantage of it because you had the land before it was built out. But here's what happens. You'll be able to say the Green Energy Valley of America, and that is literally, you're smack dab in the middle of all that happening, and that's where our land banking is taking place. You can also tell others how MWR's land banking has mitigated any risk of loss and has increased your investment returns with assets that have a proven historical track record of success. So you make sure that you clarify that the past performance does not guarantee future performance. You need to do that. However, you can point out that in our land banking program, it provides you with additional level of security for all of our members, because it allows them to make their initial purchases 20 to 40%, watch this, below market, the current value, and that's putting them into instant profitability. That is powerful. Now, let me talk to you about the very last thing that I want to talk to you about. And to me, this is the most powerful. And we're going to conclude here with this, because now you want to talk about trust my assets. And see, this virtually eliminates taxes while securing and protecting your assets, your cash flow, and your wealth. See, when you complete the Trust My Assets fact finder and you watch the video that's associated to what you're trying to do, either if you're looking to protect your assets, you watch that entire video, or you're looking at to structure my legacy, you watch that entire video. Those are requirements before you schedule any appointments. But once you do that, you now schedule your Trust My Asset consultation. then you must have a minimum, just so we're clear, so people can kind of get a sense of what it is. You need to have a minimum household income, that's you and everybody in your household that's making money, of $70,000 or $20,000 or more in assets to participate, and all of which can be created by, of course, the MWR's path to success, what we just talked about. But our Trust My Asset experts will literally create a series of trusts in the proper jurisdiction that can legally, ethically, and morally shift and eliminate your taxes, secure, protect all of your assets, and allow you to live and leave a legacy for generations to come. In the words of John D. Rockefeller and his son Nelson, they both said it. John started it, so I'm going to go with what he said. He said, your ultimate goal should be to own nothing but control everything. One of the wealthiest men that's ever lived in this country, that's what he said. He said, the service typically cost an average of $50,000 to $100,000 or more, but that is until now. Because that was always reserved. The information that you learn and that happens for you in Trust My Assets has always been reserved and passed down to the wealthy elite. Just for now, notice I didn't say the wealthy elite, but that's not so anymore. See, thanks to our the MWR and our members, you now have the benefit from a life-changing service for just $2,500 to $12,500, depending on what trust you need. That membership has its privileges, not $50,000 to $100,000, $2,500 to $12,500. That's incredible. Okay, you imagine making $100,000 a year and you're paying $26,000 to $38,000 a year in taxes. Just think about that for a moment. What would you do if our trust experts were able to legally able to properly structure your trust, reduce the amount of taxes that's in the same for that same income, you only had to pay $5,000 or less, and you were able to keep that extra $21,000 to $33,000 for your family? What would you do with it? Could you invest more? Could you retire sooner? Improve your lifestyle? Leave an inheritance? Or give more? See, well, the choice is yours, and you will no longer have to imagine it, because at MWR, we can make that a reality. It's already happened for others. This already is happening for people as we speak that are in MWR. Now, ongoing training, here's the key to this, because ongoing training and support is provided to ensure, because you're not really paying for the more so because people think, oh, I'm paying to have them structure my trust. No, that's not it. You're really paying for this ongoing training and support because it ensures you know exactly how to maintain your trust and that you properly execute all tax filings for compliance, and you understand it so you can teach this to your children, grandchildren, so that way they understand how this all flows. So the money that you help create, the dynasty that you're creating right now, and the legacy you're trying to leave doesn't end in one generation. It's passed on through generations. So that is the key. Now, the opportunity to share your Trust My Assets so you can create some more cash flow for yourself. Listen to this. Imagine telling others how MWR Trust My Assets program was legally able to help you eliminate taxes and protect your assets and secure your family's legacy for generations to come. Who wouldn't want to do that? Then you go, well, who should I talk to? Well, that's anyone who's truly interested in being able to leave a legacy while also being able to leave leave a legacy, but really live a legacy while they're also able to leave a legacy and inheritance for their children's children. This really should be everybody, because this is how MWR truly makes wealth real, and it protects everything you do. So if something happened, I heard about someone had a little car accident, hit a person, and this person could sue sue them, and that could be taking money from their inheritance, from not inheritance, but from the value of the home. They could sue them. They own a home. They have assets, and if they're not protected properly, they are at risk. At risk. It's crazy. I know. I just heard. Well, I won't, because I could talk to you about that forever. We're close to the end here. Here's what I want to tell you. Here's the opportunity. to share your business opportunity membership so you can create more cash flow. Tell everyone how MWR has created, increased, multiplied, and protected your cash flow. Share with them before and after results and how we can do the same for them. That's when you have something special. So with that, I'm telling you here, be on the Monday. Make sure you have your whole team because you're going to see some things and hear some things that you're going to be fired up about. And you get to see the new website before anybody else. So I look forward to seeing that. Look forward to seeing you all on Monday evening. Same time, same bat channel as they used to say, all that good stuff. Have a great evening, everyone. Thank you.